we have started Socrates. From that, we have completed epistemology, and there we got something like dialectics. We talked about dialectics. We talked about virtue. We talked about pursuit of uh, what is virtue, we know, high moral standards, and then the virtue, the other name which you can use on the paper in PSIR is Arete. Yeah, Arete. So Ariti means virtue and care of soul. These two concepts we are going to cover in depth in this video. In this episode, maybe I think so this is not that long of a 20-15 minutes episode, I feel, because we have only one page of the concept. If it is needed, I'll explain in depth. Okay. So basically, Athenian Ariti was often determined by external forces before war. What are external factors? Multiple external factors. Matlab, the rulers, the ruler's virtue, the ruler's virtue was dependent on external factors. These are the external factors. The wealth of the ruler, honor, he want to get some wealth and he want to get honor, and then he want to have physical strength. So these are the virtues the rulers of Athens were running behind. So what is virtue? As I told you earlier, it is high moral standards. And when do you get virtue? Ariti is full realization of one's potential. When will you get Ariti? It is full realization of potential. Matlab, virtue is equal to full realization of potential. If I realize my potential, then I am virtuous. That is what the virtue tells you. I hope you got the definition of virtue or Ariti. Ariti means my full potential. I'll put my full potential. I'll give 18 hours to UPSC. That is full potential. That is virtue. I am virtuous now. It is high moral standard. I'll I'll try to attain high moral standards. I'll read everything. I'll retain everything. I'll make videos so that I can revise my topics. That is what high moral standards. That is where I'll achieve high moral standards. Then I am virtuous. So what the sophists tell you about the virtue is, sophist tells that virtue doesn't mean high moral standards. Virtue means material gain. Knowledge is not universal, changes person to person. So when knowledge is changing, virtue is not same with all. So excellence is not same with all. You sometimes I feel this is also correct. Sophist also tells this correct thing. Knowledge changes person to person, right? I have a little bit knowledge. You have a little bit knowledge. And I don't know what you know. You don't know what I know. Got it? Our knowledge is not same thing, but capacity is same, but not the same thing. So he sophists say that virtue is not same with all. इसका मतलब है excellence is not same with all, because knowledge itself is universal. It is changing person to person. Knowledge changes person to person. So excellence or virtue will not be same with all. That is what sophists want to tell us. And also sophists usually concentrate on material gain. As I told you before, I think so in um, here in dialectics or somewhere, I was telling you that sophists also maybe in the difference between sophists and Socrates concept. I was talking about sophists concentrating on the material gain, and ultimately they should get the crown. That's it. That is how sophists train their students. And sophists also take fee. So Socrates now redefined the virtue. What is virtue? It is not getting the material gain, or it is not changing. So or Socrates tells that internal moral character of the soul is the virtue. Don't think that virtue means getting material gain. Think that virtue means enlightening your soul, internal moral character of a soul. Think that enlightening your soul is virtue. If your soul is enlightened, then you are virtuous. So he tells that knowledge is virtue, not materials, not material gain. not doing rhetoric. Knowledge is virtue. What is knowledge? Ethical knowledge leads to virtuous actions. He always felt this. Ethical knowledge, if you have, you will automatically do virtuous actions. You don't need to be, you don't need to think that I have a little bit knowledge, that guy have a little bit knowledge. No. Think like ethical knowledge, if you have, ethical knowledge, if you have, whatever the work you do will be virtuous. You will be working for 18 hours. If you have strong aim, you will be working for 18 hours. You don't never take rest. You will never take rest. That is virtuous action. Trying for moral standards. So this ensures right actions and you will be righteous. As APJ Abdul Kalam, Sir APJ Abdul Kalam told, be righteous in your towards your aim. Be righteous. Whatever it takes, give it completely. Similarly, ensures right actions if you have ethical knowledge and you are ethical. That is why he told knowledge is virtue. So Socrates told, what is knowledge? You are enlightening your soul. Basically, it is nothing but internal moral character of a soul is arete, which is virtue. Ariti means internal moral character of a soul. So Socrates told, care for the soul or care of the soul, which is Epimeleia Psuches. You don't need to write this, but it is it is easy. I'll mention it if I get an opportunity. Epimeleia Psuches. So that is nothing but care for the soul. So prioritize moral integrity over material gain. This is what Socrates told us. Socrates told us, enlight your soul. Be ethical knowledge should be inside you. And if once the ethical knowledge is inside you, you do virtuous actions. Irrespective of the situation, you always do virtuous actions. That is what he told us. So now this was a radical moral or reorientation, shifting focus from external success materialism, internal character, soul development. Sophists were stressing on external success. Get power first and enjoy the materialistic gains you get with power. That is what how sophists use rhetorics to get the power. And that is power concentrated. Here the aim is not power. Here the aim is soul development. Care for the soul. Epimeleia Psuches. Epimeleia Psuches. This is what care for the soul means. Care of the soul means enlighten your soul. Moral integrity you gain over prioritizing moral integrity over material gain. You have to increase the moral character of your soul, enlighten it. So that is the thing he have done. So this is very radical. Now tell me, if someone in your kingdom doing such things, like you are following materialism and someone in the kingdom says that materialism is nothing, do internal character soul development, that is called virtue, that is called arithi, and what will you do to him? You will kill him. Simple thing. He's against your ideology because you don't have reason. You don't have reason because your knowledge is limited, and your episteme, whatever it is there, that is because of sophist influence. So you automatically you name him as radicalist person. He's radical now. By this time he's radical. He told external success is nothing, internal character soul development is more important. Concentrate on that. Epimeleia Psuches, care for the soul. Don't do materialistic gain things. So Ariti is what he redefined. Once he redefined, he became radicalist. We'll see how this continues further. I hope you like this video. If you have any doubts, please let me know in the comments. I'll make sub episodes if needed. Not a problem. I'll make if you have any problem. In the next episode, we are going to continue with the unexamined life is not worth living. Who told this and how Socrates fits into this, his theories fits into this. Thank you so much for watching. Have a nice day.